hear me, we just can't hear you. So can I just have a show? Are you okay? Is it just the usual things, or is there anything new? Shoulders, thumbs, right, okay, good, hips, right, good. Right, so I can see you all. Okay, so let's just begin. What I want us to do is start on the floor. Yeah, like, oh, nuts. Yeah, we start on the floor today. Good. And I want us to come into feet together, arms overhead, draw the shoulder blades together, let the knees drop outwards for a second, and have a just little gentle rock side to side for a second until you settle. So I want us to turn off any high tone that might be in the pelvic floor as we start. I just want us to relax the pelvis, relax the feet, and just take a few long breaths. And as you breath, just connect with the ribs, follow the spine, maybe around the groin and the pelvis. There may be some tension. Just see if you can use your breath power to let that go. So we power down before we start. It's just about really getting in our headspace of working the body systematically, functionally, to be the best version of yourselves today. Okay, and then from there, I want you to bring your knees together, feet flat on the floor, and then keep the thighs together, knees together, ankles together. Drop to one side, center, and then the other. So we're just prepping through hips. Oh. Get the thighs as close to the ground as possible, still keeping your arms overhead. Now, if this is too much, adjust. This is about you moving, not me. And if you want to now, start to look in the opposite direction to the knee drop. Keep your fingers connected, let your elbows bend, and just create a little arc overhead. So you're creating a little circle. Your fingers are connected. You've got lovely, lovely circle with your arms as you drop side to side. This just helps us to start coming to the shoulder blades. Breathing and relaxing. Okay, so this becomes a whole body thing. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. So now what I'd like you to do is drop your knees to the left side. The right leg lifts and points towards the ceiling. It bends and then the knees touch again. We come all the way over to the other side. The left leg lifts and points to the ceiling. Knee bend, back down. Let's repeat that one more time each side. So come over to the left, right leg up towards the ceiling, point, point, point. Bend the knee, bring the knees together, come back over. Right side, left leg point, bend the knee and bring the knees together and come to center. Okay, I've jiggled down my mat here. Okay, so what I'd like us to do here, a very primal movement. I appreciate your face, might not be great, but I want you to take your left leg over right and allow the whole body to roll onto your belly. Whoop. And then take your left leg and pull it back until you rock onto your back. Now your right leg is going to repeat this. So the right leg lifts, comes over and rolls. And then your right leg's going to lift and you roll onto your back. Well done. Okay, right. So this time your left arm comes up and over. So lead with your left. Your left arm lifts as you roll back. Your right arm leads as you go over onto the left side. And then your right arm leads as you come back. Well done. Okay, so this is us really getting into the zone a little. Okay, so now feet flat on the floor, knees really super wide and bent. Take both knees to one side and then the other. This starts to really stretch out from the thigh into the trunk. Again, we hold a lot of our tension here. It's really quite connected trunk to thigh. As you drop your legs to one side, clench through the buttocks. So there's a really lovely piece of tension into the buttocks, which will enable your knees to push closer towards the ground. Last time. Come back to center, hold your knees and let's circle through the knees. Now, work in one direction then the other. Lovely. Good job. Okay, and then feet down. Okay, so before we start to rise up, what I'd like us to do is to tuck your tail underneath and lift up your buttocks. And then lower down. Okay, we're going to do this a few times. So lift and lower. As you lift, bring your arms up and overhead. As you lower, bring your arms back down. Again, just creating some space here. Underneath your shoulder blades, away from your rib cage at the back. So just feel that movement in your ribs and in your shoulder blades. Quite important here. And it's important because particularly in these post-COVID times, this is about breath. And we need to keep the rib cages strong and working hard for us. Okay, last time. Up, up and stay up. 20 pulses. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Squeeze your butt nice and high. Keep that tension on, keep pushing. So this is engaging through the back of the butt and the thigh. Really important for the next stage that we're moving on to. So keep going, keep clenching through the buttocks. Try and get your hips as high as you can towards the sky. I think we're nearly there. 5 and 4 and 3. Hello hamstrings. 2. Last time and down. Okay. Quickly, we're going to rise up into a seated position. Are we okay? Right. So, are we okay with that rise up? Whew. Right, now watch. So, we are going to roll down, watch. Roll up, drop knees to one side. Center, roll down, roll up quickly, drop the knees to the other side, and center. I just wish you could open that door for me, love. So it's okay if you're going to travel. If you don't want to stay at the top of the move, if you don't want to do the full movement, go with the sit and the knee drop. Okay, so you don't have to do the full movement if you want to. You have to just sit with what's comfortable for you. Oh, I lost my earphones a long time ago, but you can't hear anything anyway, can you? That's okay, that's fine. One more. Lovely, excellent work. There's a lot of power and a lot of breath there. Good job, team. Okay, and then from there, come into a seated position. So you'll notice we're doing quite a lot of hip work already, straight in. Okay, so come into that 90-90, really work on bringing your back leg backwards. Okay, so what you should have is a bit of a stretch through the groin. So let's assume everything's gone to the right side. Your left hand is just behind you. I want you to squeeze through your right buttock and just try and get the hip to lift a little. Okay, so we're coming up a little. Okay, now beware how your hand is feeling, whether it's a fist, you're on your fingertips, or the whole hand. Do what's right and comfortable for you. We're going to make this a little bigger, so we're starting to push a little bit more. So again, this is about just opening up through the groin and the thigh. Now if you want to add in an arm, you can. So we're bringing the arm up through the center of the body, float it up and over. Lovely jubbly. Now here's the change. We're going to sweep and then lower down. Sweep and lower down. Again, you should feel quite a strong draw. Elaine, are you okay? Do what you can, my darling. Okay, and then release. So from there, stretch forward. And then, as always, just wiggle jiggle through this, because it's like stretch where I don't really understand. So if you want to lean forward directly through your midline, great. If you feel more comfortable over your left knee, fine. Right knee, more of a challenge into the outside of the left hip. You choose, or you could do all three. And just keep walking and feeling. Now at this point, there will be tension building around the hip and the groin. So try and use your breath to get that down and relaxed. So we tend to hold our tension in our muscles. So just breathe through it and relax. Well done, team. Good, 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 good. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. Same thing. Recognizing one side, slightly different to the other. Make sure as we take everything to the left side that your back leg is back. So try and encourage that back as far as you can. Again, right hand, whole hand or fingers or knuckles. Find the thing that works for you, but take it backwards, because this starts to open up the front of the body. And all I want you to do is a little squeeze of the left butt cheek. So that allows that push and drive, and again, a release through the thigh, inner thigh, groin into trunk. And this is really important here, particularly as we spend so much time in sit, actively working to try and do 10,000 steps a day. That is not easy for everyone. Unless you're my daughter, who's a hairdresser, and she knocks out at least 15 a day. Easy. Okay, so let's make this bigger. Arm goes straight up. So we're vertical through the arm. Again, this is progressive movement, and each time we do this, we're taking load into the right shoulders. Shoulder movement, essential. Reach, reach, lower, lower. Reach, reach. Squeeze the buttocks, don't forget that. Really get some height, and here's that sweep. So we come over. Now that changes, because as soon as we start to sweep, we're getting stronger drive out of the shoulder, and you may feel more of an opening of your hips and butt really into the groin as well. So a few more. Well done, lovely people. Woo! Well done. And then release. Good, good. We're not quite done there. So sit back. Give yourself a moment. I want you just to focus for a second. What does it feel like to lift your hips? So, a couple of tips here. It's how your wrists and elbows feel. Unlock your collarbone by drawing your shoulder blades together to lift the chest, and then lift up. Now, hands face, or fingertips face away from you or to the outside walls, or indeed inwards. Find the thing that works for you. Now this one's really interesting because it really does work through the shoulder joint here. So I'm just asking you to lift and lower. Why is this so important? Well, team, this is load bearing work. So in our midlife, we really need to focus on our bone health. Our bone health has, it declines, or has the potential to decline as we lose estrogen in our bodies. So this is some real load bearing work, which is excellent for the muscle and the attachments and indeed the bone itself. So it's a good thing. Well done. Last time. Well done. Bum down, feet come around, and sit back in child's pose. So we've done a fair bit of mat work in mobility. So this is all vital to your health, her health. Now, what do we always do when we sit in child's pose? We're active through the stretch. We're using our hands to press into those little sweet spots, to push the body weight, bum towards the heel, one arm longer than the other. Use your breath. Feel that stretch again. It's that tension, that tightening around the lats, around the shoulder blades, into sort of the armpits, into the rib cage, your obliques. Okay, we curl toes under heels. We're going to go through a rock back. So if you just watch me for a second, I'm bone loading of wrists, and then I'm going to push back onto my feet. Lovely. Come forward and bone load. So there's that rock forward and backwards, and push back onto feet. Repeat that when we're here. This is enabling a stretch through the Achilles tendon up into soleus, into the gastroc. So there's a beautiful stretch going on through the back of the calf. Again, really important we create that balance in the body. And then I appreciate this can be a bit of a challenge for some of you. Last time, and then we look for downward dog. So knees down, and then just push feet flat to floor. So we're not in any down dog shape as such yet, but this is really about getting that stretch out. Now, if you want to, you can rise up and cross the right over left, left over right, feet together, knees down. Push up, left behind right, right behind left, feet together, knees down. Let's do that one more time. I feel like I'm working quickly. Knees down. Relax the flat of the foot, the top of the foot down as you bring your bottom onto your heels. Well done. Can I just have a little look? You're okay? Everyone's okay? Good stuff. Good. Okay. Flat top of feet you're sat on. I just want you for a second to just transfer your weight. Flat feet. Move to one side and then the other. Can we come over onto our hips, up and over onto our knees, and over onto our hips? Don't judge. So one side, totally nailed this, and up. Other side, not so much, hands free. And again, this is just identifying, like, our bodies are so amazing, and we've become so conditioned in habits and behaviors. So we really have to kind of, as we transfer from one side to the other, look at those imbalances. Close your eyes, feel it. I can do one side. What muscles am I using? What is my power? Why am I weaker on the other side? Make an effort. Close your eyes and do it, because nobody's watching you then. Well done. The other thing that just beautifully happened here is that we reduced the range of movement in the knee joint. Okay, so look at me now. So my right is flat, right knee bent. I'm going to rise up a little. So I've gone from sitting and cutching and rising up a little. Got it? Okay, so right foot flat. I'm sat back on my back heel and I'm coming up. So how do we go further from here? Curl back toe, rise up. So you come up in a staggered stance. Let's come back down. Knee, flat foot, sit back. Well done. Rise up, curl toe, come up, back down. Let's switch sides. Okay, often stressful, often increases adrenaline in your body because we're feeling anxious about the rise up. So top of the foot flat, curl the foot under, the toes under, and then settle back down. So that's part one, right? And I always talk about this as we come into the winter season, when you're sat wrapping presents for a while. You like suddenly have to struggle to get off the floor. This time we're going to go up. So curl toe, phase 1, put hand on thigh if you want to, rise up. You're in that staggered stance. Okay, and then from there you settle back down, flat foot, and sit back. Okay, curl toe, rise up. Let's do this one more time and then we're going to stay at the bottom. At the top, at the top. Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I do. Curl toes, rise up, pump your heels at the top of the movement. Well done, team. Give me a thumbs up. We're okay. So we're moving, we're pumping. This is important. This is about getting that blood to shunt around the body. So moving feet and heels is a good thing. Okay, well done. So that's your warm up. Okay, so feet nice and wide, toes just turned out a little. And I just want you to rock your hips side to side for a second. Think about engagement, hips side to side. So when we do this, we're just releasing off the back a little. So that bit's important, side to side. Okay, what if we went right, back? So right hip, back hip, right hip. So if I change angles, so I'm still feet aligned, but I push right, push back left, push forward, right diagonal, left diagonal. The reason I'm doing this, we get quite tight around the whole of the hip area. So coming into these diagonal movements, we'll just hopefully stretch out those little niggles and where you have the beginnings of tension or build up of muscle fibers, the fascia. So just move from one side to the other. Okay, let's switch sides. So we're feet aligned. Just push your hips left corner, right back. Left diagonal, left, right diagonal. So really push. So that involves a bit of a butt clench to drive that hip forward. And this is where we're going. It's here at the bottom of the glutes, the top of the hamstrings, as we're going through that drive. Lovely. And there becomes that rotation. Not rotation. Oh, ignore me. Just ignore me. Okay. Stay there just for a second. Bend your knees, pop your hands on the top of your knees and let your knees just rest there for a second. Okay, so whilst we're here, chin to chest, round out through the back, reverse it, drop the chest, lift the chin, waggle the tail. Okay, roll up again, drop the chest. Okay, and rise up, pump the heels. Okay, so what I'd like to do, again, exploring hip, cross right over left. I want you to take your hands down towards the left side and rise up. Uncross, recross, so left over right, and then roll your hands down towards the floor on the other side. Rise up, uncross, recross. Work within your own speed, and you're probably looking at your toes. You're probably thinking, oh, I need a pedicure. You're probably thinking, actually, this is quite a challenge. My feet are working hard. You can see all the movement in your feet to keep you balanced as you reach and lean and rise, step, cross, roll down, rise up. Now I can feel that, that's in my back. So I can feel that in the back of my hip when I perform this movement, and I know I'm stretching out around the muscle. So where I have pain, muscle will build up around that area as a protection. We are breathing and stretching and breathing and stretching. Well done, team. Beautiful. So now what I'd like you to do is to take your right foot back. When we do this, it is toenails down, front of foot down. So you get that stretch through the front of the foot first. Now we've already mobilized this area. Okay, so from there, send that leg back and lift. Okay, the same side, so right leg lift, right arm lift. I want you to pull the hand and the leg towards each other. So the chest is going to open 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, we're not done, 3, 2, hold, bend and lift your right leg out to the side, twist, lower. Got it? So there's that twist. Now watch, we're opening and closing. So your static side is working hard. We're challenging balance, which is such a key component to our work here. Open, and it's not pretty. It's not supposed to be pretty. Well done. Release, relax, let it go. Well done. Okay, so we switch out. Other side, give yourself a moment. So this extension work is waking up through the back. Again, I bang on about this stuff all the time. It's really important to activate what we call the posterior chain. Too much time. We see those images of older women becoming kyphotic, osteopenia, a weakness in the bone shape, weakness in bone health. This is reversing us. This is bringing us up, opening us, making us stand tall. So we're stretching out through the front of the foot. Left leg stretch. Left arm comes up. We lift left leg and we draw the leg towards the hand in a pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're not done. We bend the knee. We lift and twist. Whoop. Twist. Whoop. Every time on this side. Oop. There you go. Took it into the wall. Nice. I needed to catch that on camera. Oh, you did. Whoop. So you keep going. The femur, thigh bone, femoral head. So the top of the pelvis, there's like a big rotation here going on. So it's quite a powerful movement into the pelvis. It's good stuff. Release, relax, settle. Ooh. Feel okay? Totally freaks us out when we do the balance work. So we've worked here. This should feel quite warm. Okay, so what if now we stand into our left leg? Face onto me, so we're staying in one line. Bring the arm up and over. Brace, 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 and see how far we can go. Pat. And release. She's not taking photos today. She's grumpy. Okay. So, stand to your right. Give yourself time. So give yourself a moment. And then slowly, slowly, don't take a photo yet. Reach, reach, reach. Well done. Really important. Let's try that again. Shall we? One more time each side. So really challenging balance. So get into it. Really be the balance. When you're ready, we lift and go for it. Go. Go. Well done. Last time. Be the balance. And release. Feeling good? Hi, wall, says Shirley Valentine. Hiya, wall. Right, okay, so we're close up to the wall. Toes turn out. Okay, we might need to switch. Yeah, he's got it. He's all over it today, Pudge. He's good. Okay, so feet wide, knees wide. Work into your little toe. So baby toes as you lower down and then rise up. So it's important to trust the process. Go as low as you can and then rise up again. So again, this is allowing for some movement of the spine. This is great alignment when we do this. So very powerful movement. The closer you are to the wall, the more of a challenge it is. Squeeze through your buttocks, drive your knees wide, because this will really open up your hips. It forces the spine to align. Go as far as you can, trust the process. Last time. Well done. You look great. Well done. You're all looking at the wall now going, hello wall. Right, so let's get close. We will finish today with feet up the wall as well. So, let's work into that first. Bear with. Okay, first thing I want you to do is come as close to the wall as possible. When you're ready, pop your hands on the floor, knee, shin, top of foot as close to the wall as possible. I'll switch sides. Okay, and when you're ready, bring the other leg forward. Okay, so first, you should be just above the knee, not on the kneecap. If this is too intense, I suggest you bring the shin to the ground, perform the movement. That's completely fine. Do what works for you and your lovely body, your wonderful, magnificent body. Okay, then use your body weight and see if you can gently push back towards the wall. Bring up your arms and see if you can rest your arms against the wall. The great thing is we go, oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, might not be for everyone. So from here, I want you just to flow your arms backwards and forwards, down, up. We're not here very long, and down. Last time, up, and then release. Marvellous. Okay, so dismount. Watch this. So in the same position, you've come forward. So instead of your knee being up the wall, it turns 90 degrees. Then we lean in. Use your arm into the knee. And there's like a big old twist. Use the back of your forearm to press into the knee. So knock it out. Okay. And then we twist. Well done. That's it. Other side. Little rock stars. So I found when I first found this stretch, so I've gone from a classic movement into that rotation. I found my hips really were quite painful in this movement. Now I feel much healthier around the movement, and it took a while and a bit of practice. Okay, so now we're on the other side. So again, what I'm looking for is shin as close to the wall as possible, front of foot on the wall, and bring the other leg forward. Sometimes just prepping and putting your knee on a cushion is a really nice alternative. Yeah, good, they've all got cushions, that's good. Okay, and when you're ready, try and just push yourself backwards. Again, deep, deep stretch through the quadricep, or vastus medialis, to be precise. Okay, use your body weight to push back, arms touch. Now, interestingly, one side works for me, other side doesn't. So my first side goes, don't like it. Second side goes, yeah, you got this. Okay, so there's that big fat stretch. What do we do when we're stretching with intent? We breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Make sure you've got big fat long breaths. Okay, and then from there, we come forward. Bring that foot out, back down. So can you see the angle I'm in? I'm using my arm to press against my lead leg, and I'm pushing that, opening up the hip. And now I'm rotating and looking away, but still using my arm to press into the inside of my knee. So really, again, getting into the groin, inner thighs, I'm stretching. Well done. Release, relax. Woo! Right, not quite done with the wall. So, I think it's best if I stay in this position so you can see me. I'm bringing my bottom close to the wall, coming onto my side, and then my feet are going up the wall. Now, I have really vivid memories of me and Annie doing these exercises. Okay, right, first things first, settle, breathe. Okay, now, you've got a bent knee, your heels are pressing into your wall. I want you to tuck under your pelvis and flatten off your back. So, there you go. So we're flattening, there's an arch, and then a flatten of your back. So what will happen is your bum starts to lift. And I want you to really push your spine into the floor. Oh, does that feel nice? Lifting your bottom. Oh, lovely massage. Now, if you want to, you can leave your arms overhead. The knees are still bent, so you're just working and pressing into the heels of your feet. Up, up. Okay, well done. Rest there for a second. Take your left heel, press it into the midline, the center. Okay. Right leg floats. Might need to photograph because you're going to forget all of this. Right leg floats. Push. So your right leg is going as high to the ground, high to the ceiling as possible. You're pushing out of one leg only. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Good. Push and lower and push and lower. Give me 4. Woo! 3. 2. Last time. Down and release. Good job. Feel okay? Hello, hips. Well, it's not so much hips, it's muscles around the hip. Lovely. Other side. So midline of the right, left leg floats, left leg pushes. So sorry, right heel pushes, left leg floats as high as possible. So push up and down, push up and down. Good. Up and down, up and down. Good. 8. Woo. Beautiful, right? 3 more. Come on, give it height. And then release. Give yourself a moment. Okay. Well done. So, take your feet slightly wider. Take your thumbs to your temples. And then your fingers to the back of your skull. Elbows nice and wide. Okay, we crunch. Breath in. Exhale. Lift and lower. lift and lower. 2 more. Then we're going to lift and twist. So it goes lift, twist, center, down, lift, twist other way, center, down, lift, twist, center, down, lift, twist, down. Good. Up, cross, and down. Good job. Up, twist, and down. 2 more, and down. Last time. Up, twist, and down. And bring your left leg to the center. Your right leg floats vertically, right leg circles. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2. Switch direction. Go. 1 and 2 and 2. Good. 1 and 2. Well done. Switch feet. So left leg floats. I'm going to get the tree each time. Oh, well done. Switch direction. 8, 7, 6, 5. That should feel really nice into the pelvis. A lot of pressure there. And again, getting a bit of movement into the semi-movable joint. Okay, bring your feet closer to your bottom. Settle there for a moment. Catch your breath. When you're ready, come onto one side. Now stay here for a moment for me. Okay, and the reason we're here is a lot of blood flow and it's just got to reset. But while we're here and couched in, we might as well lift those knees. So we are coming into clam. So the knee lifts up and down, keeping the hip. It's difficult to find me on camera. I've found myself in the tiniest corner of the space. Well done, lifting and lowering. Okay, this time like we did in Pilates the other day, we lift, we extend the leg, okay, and circle 1 and 2. So we're quite squished, if you like. We're working very flexed at the hip. Lovely, good job. Okay, and then from here we reverse direction. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Keeping the hips stacked. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Good job, nearly done. Hold, toe down, heel up. We press skywards. Up, up, up. Now that should feel quite good for you. Not too offensive. Well done. Woo. Toe touches the floor. Heel goes as high as it can. Toe touches the floor. Heel goes as high as it can without. Keeping your hips lovely and beautifully stacked as you do so. Well done. Good job. Up and hold as high as you can and pulse again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Ow, 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 ow. And release. Okay, so now we need to go up and over. So just so we can maintain really good positioning. So if you can't do that, you're going to have to remember that fetal position and get into it. So that's me. Right. A fetal position, we start with clam. Go. So keeping the hips stacked, flexed at the feet, the knee lifts, the knee lowers. Lovely. Ooh. We good? So again, there will always feel like it's restricted here. Lift and hold, extend the leg. Here we go, circle. Good job. Ooh. Switch direction, here we go. Ouch. Hello, hips. Toe down, heel up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So you should feel that quite into the low back. Lovely. And then toe, heel, lower, higher. Lovely. Squeeze the front of the thigh, toe down, heel up, flex through the foot. Really work on that rotation here. Well done. As high as you can. Tiny presses. Ouchie, ouchie. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Ooh, well done. Okay, so we started a bit primal. We'd like to move into a bit primal. Now remember this, girls. I know it's one of our favourites. So with this movement, I'm going to give you options. Okay, so for me, I'd like to lift the left and bring it to the right side. Now I'm going to, why I said options, right to left side, start here. A couple of key points here. Lift the leg first before you bring it over, if that makes sense, rather than just a simple crossover. So by lifting the leg, you flex at the knee joint, and then as you roll over the quad, so you get a bit of a fascia massage at the same time. Now, if you want to progress, take your arms wide. So as you lift the leg, you aim your foot towards the hand. So this then becomes quite a big stretch, total body. Now, some of us, boobs get in the way. So it might mean that you work up on your elbows, or you try and keep your arms still and work through the rotation. The point is, you have to kind of pick, and I don't always give you options to pick, so pick the thing that, because what we find that this is lovely, it's really not pretty, but I have to say, I can see feet moving towards hands really well there. You look good. Again, these are a really like big foundation movement protocols that we were doing when we were babies. So there's where it sits in your brain is really primal as a movement. Your body will remember. And it feels amazing, right? Not sure, I think, oh, there you go, that's good. When's it going to end? One more each side. But yeah, the boobs get, when you're babies, you don't have to worry about anything. There's this huge self-acceptance when you're a baby. You haven't got the pressures of the world and bias on your shoulders. When you're babies, you haven't got boobs. Well done. Ah, collapse. You've done well today. Done really, really magical stuff today. Okay, what I'd like you to do, I'm going to do some relaxation, but if you want to, you could do your relaxation with feet up the wall. So there's a huge amount of research around feet up the wall, the healing benefits, very good for varicose veins, very good for any gynae stuff, just repurposing the blood around the trunk to really nourish your vital organs. So there's a lot of good with it. And when you're up there, feet up the wall, find the thing that works for you. So some people prefer legs together, some prefer gravity and legs to drop wide. Some prefer soles of feet together and dropped into your center and wide. But just do the thing that you feel comfortable with and comfortable with your arms as well. So once you're into this position, focus on your breath. Now, if you need to just wiggle your ankles and toes, that's fine. But we're getting just a flush now, so fluid is moving rapidly back from your lower limbs to your trunk. You might feel an option or an opportunity to just gently palpate where there's tension in your inner thigh. So it might be that you can feel some sweet spots around around the knees, that if you want to reach to, and just to get yourself into that lovely, lovely space. Now this was when I was healing after my hysterectomy. This was definitely something that I would look towards to help me. Ah. Okay, now relax your shoulders and relax your arms. So if you can, just roll your palms so your fingertips are lightly curled. And just find that stillness for a moment. You're right here, right now. And just feel gravity pull you and press you. Feel yourself flattening. Use this time to visualize your trunk being nourished, fluid, and just really like liquid gold, literally. Okay, we're settled. We're here. Feet up the wall. Find a little bit of movement in your toes, your feet, your heels. As we're giving it a little gentle wiggle jiggle, we're just getting rid of any negativity, any tension, maybe through the knees, through the hips, maybe dial the toes in, dial the toes out. Let the thighs go, let the hips go. Adjust the legs if you want to. Again, finding the thing that works for you. And if this is enough, then roll onto your side into a fetal position. If you want to stay, stay. We pace ourselves, giving ourselves that tonic that we've had a great morning. We feel energized, strong, surprisingly strong. We feel healthy and positive and really colourful, which makes us vibrant and full of sunshine. With this gravity and this position, gently smile for me. And talk your body into that. Smiling feels good. Lying flat like this feels good. You can feel that energy into your face and your neck and your scalp. You feel refreshed. You feel ready. You are important. You are special. You're so loved. Celebrate your magnificent body and the journey it's taken you on. Celebrate where you are now. Those scars, those things that fail us with our bodies have kept us well. Remind us of times past. and that your body is magnificent, even when it's not working as well as it used to. When you're ready, I want you to just slowly come onto one side. Give yourself a moment because blood flow is just resetting itself. When you're ready, take one hand, your top hand, and push yourself up into a seated position. Give yourself a moment again, just that readjustment. You might feel a bit heady or headachy, just let it pass. Always strongly encourage plenty of water after feet at the wall. Now from here, I just want you to take your arms nice and wide, take them up nice and high, slowly, slowly drop your shoulder blades, bring your hands together. Bring your hands into your center. We're not done. Take a breath in. Send your hands upward through your midline. Send them outward. Lovely. Just open up your arms. Okay, let's take those arms really wide and long. Up again, last time. Bring your hands into the center of your space, which just gives you a massive breath in. Open your eyes and smile. And then give yourselves a round of applause because you're awesome. You really are